So, the Adaptil collar comes in standard packaging, standard commercial box. We're going to use the scalpel blade to open. Just in case anyone notices, I do have a war wound. The war wound is the result of a vicious encounter with a pug. Not really. We just were clipping the nails, and the poor dog got a bit nervous, and while I was gently holding him, one of his sharp nails just cut into me, and sometimes they just open you up. It's not the scalpel blade that did the damage. So the usual thing I think with unboxing videos is like a big mess of cutting, box cutters and lacerations. That's why we got the scalpel out. The collar is inside a foil because it is as I understand it, a biologically, a synthetic plastic with the appeasement pheromone impregnated in, so it slowly leaches out over time, usually giving you about at least 4 weeks of effective diffusion and behaviour control. So this particular package is for, because it's a pheromonic product, it does have a use by date. It does give us a concentration of how much of the pheromone is in there, and it does come in multiple sizes, so you've got to make sure you get the right size for your dog. This one's a puppy and small dog. They come in a couple of other sizes. So the collar is it has a plastic feel to it. It's broad, it has a surface area on the underside that comes into contact with the animal, and you clip it over, and I believe those little grooves lock into place in the little step there and hold it on. So I'd like to introduce our model for this little exercise. This is Tess, and as you can tell by Tess's behaviour, she's really anxious. And Tess is not just anxious at the veterinary hospital, she's anxious at home. Her mum has the worst time dealing with her need to be close to people. You can see how she just wants to get right in close, and if you sort of if you're not in her vicinity, she has a habit of barking prodigiously and continuously. She has a couple of other health problems and that's one of the reasons that a non-pharmaceutical product that might calm her down could be a really good thing. So we're just going to place, I know Tess, it's so much fun. We're just going to pop this over your head next to your routine collar like this, and then slide the when we're placing collars, like for these collars or any other collars for that matter, we really like to make sure that the collars are tight enough that they're not going to easily slip over a dog's head, so that we want them to, but we also want to be able to get 2 or 3 fingers, as you can see here. I can slide those under there, and particularly in Tess's case, because one of her health issues is laryngeal paralysis, and so anything that interferes with her normal breathing is going to make her more anxious. So it's really important that this collar just sits a little bit off. So I found that particularly easy to put on, and Tess is an anxious dog, so they're often dogs that are much harder to apply our collars to. It's sitting pretty neatly, it's not annoying her, and with some dogs you've got to cut this extra bit off. But in Tess's case, the small dog collar fits her quite nicely, and we're just going to leave it as it is.